Okay, everybody, welcome back to Canada Hoops. It's your boy Matty. Thank you for your continued support. Please keep downloading and sharing us. Visit our YouTube channel. Hit us up on Instagram and X.com. We're very excited to welcome today's guest to the podcast. She represents Calgary, Alberta. She is a former St. Francis Brown and Saskatchewan Husky, where she cemented herself as one of the all-time UFS greats, and she was a member of the bronze medal team at the 2017 U19 FIBA World Cup for Canada basketball. She is Summer Masikewich. Summer, appreciate you joining us on Canada Hoops.
Thanks for having me, Matty. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, this is going to be fun. I know we've kind of gotten to know each other a little bit, through work and whatnot. So that's really cool. And been trying to line this up for a while, and very excited to hear your story, support you and your family. How are things? Let our listeners and the Canada basketball community know how you're doing, just kind of where life's at for you right now.
Yeah. I feel like I've entered a new phase of life, honestly, where I've kind of finished my basketball career and I'm now focusing on more of my life career, which is being a nurse. And so I'm back in Calgary, close to my family, which I really am grateful for. Missing Sask a lot, but I get back there when I can to support the team and see all my people. So I've been doing good. Yeah, enjoying being here back at home.
Are you watching? Because correct me, I think they're undefeated, right now.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So watching from afar, just what's their team like this year, and what's I know you're probably talking to them, talking to coaching staff. What's the there's high standards there, as you well know, and everyone knows. I'm sure the expectation is a national championship, but maybe just what's the group saying about their season so far?
Yeah, no, I mean, just an incredible group of girls. The ones who are in their fifth year are the ones that are, it's kind of like the last group of girls that I got to play with before I graduated. So I love supporting the Huskies as a whole, but especially those girls because I got to play with them. I went actually to Vancouver and watched them win the national championship, and holy man, did that bring out so much emotion for me. I just was like, I remember that feeling and I really wanted it for them. So This season, they're definitely chasing another one. And I definitely think that they 100% can do it. Really great team of super gritty, versatile players. Gage Grassick, Taya DeMong, Ella Murphy-Weeb is had some injuries and come back. And I'm really happy for her because they're just gelling as a team right now, that's for sure. And lots of Alberta girls too on the team, which is nice. They just came off a weekend against the Pandas, and it was some really good, close, challenging games for them. And I think that's going to help them in the long run. And I think that they definitely could go for another Canada West championship and national championship, I hope.
What's I'm sure we'll get into some of it a little bit later in the conversation too, but what's because you've been in it and you're a proud alumni, and really, anyone that follows Saskatchewan, they know that, you're, I'm not just saying this because you're on the podcast, you're one of the all-time greats for them, Summer. What's the day-to-day there? What's it like, just that expectation, and just, Lisa is a tremendous coach, obviously coached at incredible levels. Does the group tend to keep each other accountable? I'm just curious about the conversation around that kind of stuff.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. From the moment you sign as a Husky and you're there, you feel this, this sense of such a pride to be a Husky. And that it's, yes, we were held to a high standard for sure. Right. And, especially yes, our coaches hold us to a high standard, but I always felt that as a team, we wanted to be successful. We wanted to win a national championship. And so everything we did, we had that in mind, whether that's in the weight room, whether that's doing volunteering, whether that's practicing, pushing each other to 100%. And, we had to work lots of things out and, learn and along the way, but always high standard there. I mean, our quote was entitled to nothing, grateful for everything. And I think that we really just tried to live that through all the time and everything we did.
Wow, yeah, no, that's you just know year to year, like, they're going to
Mm-hmm.
have a great team,
Yes.
a top team in the country, and I just think, obviously, Lisa and her staff do a great job of bringing in great players, but
Yeah.
it takes a player to understand what that's about and
100%.
and make that commitment. So that's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I know the game is a family affair for you, mom and dad, and Bryn. Just and dad, shout out Brian. He shared lots of stories with me. But what's
Yeah.
what's when you think back to just being in the gym a lot as a young kid,
Yeah.
just take me through that and how the game was obviously sort of a natural thing for you, and just maybe why basketball really um, started to be a passion for you too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, my parents, they started me and my sister both very young, like I think 6 or 7 years old. And really, I never remember a time where I wasn't like excited to go to basketball practice or I didn't love it when I was there and like had fun.
Right.
And so, I mean, it was never like pushed on us. It was always just a let's go to basketball and try it. And then I just always loved it and kept wanting to play every year. So I think for me, it really was just like a really nice thing that I loved. I honestly just don't remember a time where I didn't love it. And, once I got into junior high and started to play a little bit more like club basketball and competitively, that's when I really was like, I want to give this 100%, you know? And so me and my sister were always training together, and my mom and my dad were always trying to, coach us, but find us the best, you know, camps to go to and the best things to do. And I loved it every step of the way.
What maybe the one-on-ones with Bryn, what have those been like over the years, the competition? And I know, like, we both, mom and dad have a lot of experience, and they played at a high level. Just,
Mhm.
what, like, you mentioned it was never pushed, but what were conversations around the game like when you were starting to really develop and um, a little more probably specific around what you need to work on, but if you can just highlight some of those talks and just the day to day, and you and Bryn maybe trying to prove who's a better player.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like for us and for myself, I think the biggest thing was once we decided, or like when I decided that I love basketball, it's a passion for me. I want to do this. It was all in from me, also my sister and my parents, and so it was always encouraging. It was always that, you can always achieve your dream. We'll do anything to help you get there. And, I have to shout out my parents. They really did everything to put me in situations where I could, become a better player, play basketball, Alberta, go to camps, have a mental toughness coach, Johnny Harley, like just all these things they put in place for me. And then it was just my job to go and give it 100% and learn and get better. And so, and even I remember like when me and my sister were both actually went to the junior high my dad taught at, it was a
Yeah.
great thing because he had a gym. And so we would just be like in the gym all the time and, training and playing against each other. And it was everything we did was like 100% and intentional, and with the full support of our parents. So very lucky.
No, I mean, listen, like, it takes a lot of commitment, sacrifice, and effort
Mhm.
for everyone, and I know, you know, just knowing your dad, like what that's kind of been like, and the pride
Mhm.
with that too. So, no, I think it's great. I know, like, you put a lot of work in to be the player you are, and
Mhm.
um, you have to commend yourself for that too. Did you have a when you're coming up? Did you have a favorite player you really liked, someone you looked up to that you liked their game a lot?
Yeah, I mean, I think, well, my parents always took us to Dinos games,
Nice. Yeah.
just to see university girls play,
Yeah.
and we would go every weekend because me and my sister loved it so much. So I think I just loved the atmosphere, loved going to the games. But then I remember being in high school and really loving when they put like Women's March Madness on the TV. It
Yeah.
was so good. Like I really loved UConn. I loved Brianna Stewart. I love Nafisa Collier. I love Nafisa Collier. Like they were tall girls, but they could shoot the ball. They can move a little bit more, right? Like,
Right.
um, which is the kind of player I wanted to be. So yeah.
No, those are no great picks. I mean, they've had a lot of success and they're outstanding players. You mentioned the Dinos, like
Yeah.
so, like was that always a great like when you were playing at Saskatchewan? Is it safe to say that coming back and playing against the Calgary Dinos was like your favorite road place? Like was that always the one you look forward to the most?
Oh my gosh, it's tough to say. Like I loved coming back to Calgary because my family would be here. Like I'd see my
Right.
parents and all my extended family would come to the games. But it was always such a tough game playing the Dinos and
Right.
especially like in the Jack Simpson. So it was always tough, like playing against them. And it is a rivalry because they are a good team for sure. So I mean, I like when the Dinos came to us. Let's just say that.
Okay.
I
But
liked when they
what about when you would go to Regina, just the interprovincial? Like, is that like where was like maybe the well you said the Dinos were a tough place to play, but was there
yeah.
like a road matchup you liked the most?
Mm, yeah, I think it was always fun playing the Cougars down like either at our gym or theirs because it would fill both gyms like when we played each other. And
Right.
I actually didn't even realize the rivalry until I like got to Saskatchewan and was like, oh, this is like Calgary versus Edmonton up in here. Like it's
Yeah, yeah.
intense. But those games were always just such like high level basketball, really good. Really good like fan turnout, so it was very loud in there, and
Nice.
I think those were some of the funner games to play in because, yeah, there was a big rivalry there.
So, you had a lot of success. High school, I know you were successful. You playing provincial team. You talked about wanting to play at the next level. Like, take me through the decision and the process to go to Saskatchewan. Maybe if you considered other schools, just talk about starting to recognize like the next level is going to happen and where you wanted to play. Just take me through that.
Mhm. Um, yeah, like, I knew I wanted to play, like, post-secondary from, like, the get-go from high school, and so, luckily, I think, playing basketball Alberta was huge because I got a lot of exposure there to, um just kinda like different coaches, different, like, programs, and then, I actually remember meeting, Lisa Thomaidis at, like, a Canada basketball camp. She had stopped by, and I remember being like, "I'm gonna go introduce myself to her," and I was so
Yeah,
nervous, but I thought, "Oh, I should introduce myself," and so I remember meeting her then, but, um, didn't really know much about the University of Saskatchewan. And growing up in Calgary, of course, like the thought was UFC, but like never, never was like I was always had my options open, and I played junior dinos and that, but I never wanted to like limit myself, so I always was very open. And then I actually got to like meet with Lisa, and she kind of showed interest in me in around grade 11. So it was actually early that I started talking to her, and then I went for a visit. And after my visit, I just knew, like, I knew that was where I was going to play. The community like support that surrounds University of Saskatchewan sports is insane. Like I went to a game and I was like, whoa, I just love the support that's here. Like there's tons of people at the women's game,
cool.
all the girls were so nice and kind. I got to watch some practices and I just knew, and like I wanted to be coached by the best coach, the national team coach. So I knew instantly and I signed pretty much like a week after my visit. So
So you knew you were going to go there, sorry, like after your grade 11 year?
Yep.
Okay.
Going into 12, like I had kind of already signed to,
Okay.
yeah, I had signed to
Wow.
Saskatchewan. Yeah.
So that last year was kind of, you felt good, like, I guess, in terms of maybe
I
no
just got,
pressure, but
yeah, I just got
yeah,
to play basketball. It was so fun. Like I just got to play my last year in high school, and I got to play my last year of basketball Alberta with no worry of all that, like no worry of like scouts and
right.
all that. I knew where I was going, and I just wanted to focus on my game and getting myself better, and so I could come to the University of Saskatchewan and make an impact.
Well, it was a very smart choice. I mean, you are,
I agree.
um, well, listen, I'm gonna big up you here. You got,
Okay.
well, you were the U Sports Defensive Player of the Year,
Hmm.
national champion. You were the second Husky in program history to win U Sports Defensive Player for the country. So that's incredible. Just an outstanding career there, Summer. Like, um, you seem to just improve and dominate every year. Like, what's when you look back, what's been maybe your favorite memory, like on and off the floor? Obviously, to win a national championship is special, but just take me through your time there and just memories you have and relationships and just what it meant to to play there.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. It's so hard to just narrow it down, but yes, obviously besides winning the national championship, I think some of my favorite memories are, of course, just being in the gym. I think we always had these, we called them individuals, indies, and we'd have like post ones and there'd be guard ones. And I just love those. Like I think back on how much I enjoyed those. Like those were a couple times a week where like we'd all get in the gym and we'd be there with like LT or and our assistant coaches like Laura Daly and Claire and Ali Fairbrother, and we just got to like hone our skill and just play against each other and learn new things. And I look back on those and I really loved those. And I look back on all the like amazing friendships I made, what amazing teammates I had, all the time, all the times we laughed and shared together. It was really great. And like I said, the community, oh man, like the community that supports Husky basketball is so special. Like they take you in, they welcome you into, their city, and they support you every step of the way. Like I have met some really amazing people who are literally will be your number one fan, and it's just because they
Nice.
love Husky basketball and they love seeing like women in sports succeed. So I think that's super special as well. And I we had a couple times where we got to host the Canada West final and we were in it,
Yeah.
and win those games like in front of your home crowd in your home gym is like incredibly special. So those are just a few to name for now.
Yeah, I mean, like I have a quote from Lisa. We'll get to that just about you. But yeah, you were obviously national defensive player of the year, but you were Can West defensive player of the year twice, I think, right?
Hmm.
And obviously the national championships, but U Sports first team All Canadian. Like, and so my question is two parts. I'll ask this one first. The defensive ability. Uh,
Hmm.
some people are naturally good at it. Some people learn it, work on it. Do you think it was a combination of both for you? Like, just talk about that ability to play good defense because you made such an impact defensively. Maybe just tell me why you were good at it.
Yeah. No, I think it was a combo for me for sure. Like I think that I always loved defense because I always felt that it it's something that's almost in your control. You can control how much effort you put
Right.
in on defense. You can control if you box out or not. You can control, if you talk on defense, all of those things. So that gave me some comfort. Like I can control some of these things on defense. You can't control everything, but um so I loved that, being able to say to myself, like, I'm going to work my hardest to be a good defender and help my teammates, but also not let my person score easily. So I think I had the mental, natural for it. But then to be a good defensive player, like it takes a lot of work, like learning different, different ways to defend somebody, how to defend someone smaller than you, how to defend someone bigger than you. It took a lot of, like, you have to learn all of that. And I think, being coached by like Lisa and Allie, they knew all this amazing information that they gave me. So it was a lot of work and time that I put into it. And I have to add that I also did a lot of footwork, like a lot of speed and agility work on my off seasons. Like when I came back to Calgary, I trained at the Jungle with my trainer Greg, and we were doing agility all summer. And I have to say that was a big impact as well, because you have to be able to move and turn quickly. You have to be able to plant quickly. And so it was a combo of all those things. Like, I love defense, I want to be good at it, but also I put in the time as well.
I'm glad you mentioned the foot speed, because it's part of Lisa's quote. And this is what Lisa has said about you. She says, Summer has been the foundation of our defense for her entire career. Her ability to switch screens, contain drives, and help teammates all over the floor has been a key reason why we were the top-rated defensive team in Canada West. Her combination of length, foot speed, and personal pride in playing defense has been an invaluable asset to our team's success. And so it's two parts. Obviously, a lot of praise, high praise from Lisa, but also I want to ask about Lisa's impact, not only on you, obviously the Husky program, but the national team head coach for a long time, and coached at the Olympics. Just talk about Lisa, her role as a coach for you, maybe both on and off the floor, and just really what she's meant to your career and the career of many others.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Honestly, the best coach. It's hard to kind of just put it into words about how much she cares about you as a person and as a player.
Right.
Like, she wants you to succeed on the court and off. And so she puts all of her time, all of her energy into that. And she wants the team to succeed. She wants women's basketball to succeed, right? So she's always doing everything she can to help you, help the team, help the game. So she had a huge impact on me. I mean, I think I came to her kind of, as a raw post player. Like, I had kind of, came in playing like 4, a little bit of 5 in school, kind of was all over the place. And so she really helped mold me into the player like I became by the end of my 5th year. Like, I became like a strong forward, and I became comfortable scoring out of the post, and helping run an offense from like a forwards point of view. And I think that was huge. And she spent countless hours in the gym with me, because if you want to be in the gym, she'll be there right beside you. And
Cool.
It had a big impact. And I mean, off the court, she wants you to succeed in school. She supports you, make sure you have everything you need, checks in on you, even as an alumni, right? Like, she's still there. She's still supporting me. And so I have a lot to thank her for. And I'm very grateful that I got to be coached by her.
Well said. I when I've watched her coach games, whether it's with the national team or your teams, especially like at nationals, she strikes me as a very good tactician, and also with that, like, a communicator of what you guys are trying to do. So if you can, maybe just talk about that, because I remember seeing that during a broadcast where it was like, okay, this is what we want to do, but then her ability to communicate that seems really, really strong as well. If you could talk about that.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think you're right on it right there. Like, she's very high basketball IQ. very tactical. Like she does see the game in a very unique way, and her ability to get you to see the game in that way is the reason why she is such a great coach. Like, you know, for any time, like in practice or in a game, she can see a problem and solve it like right away, right? Like she's
Right.
like, this is what they're doing on the ball screen. This is what we're gonna do now to combat that, and we're ready to go because she's primed us in practice, right? For every situation, for to think on the fly, to find solutions to things. And I've always loved her coaching style. She doesn't yell unless she really has to.
Right.
And she also knows that we are all, working together with her to, win. And so she coaches like that. She takes the time to like speak to all of us. What do we see? What do we think might work? We work together, we find a solution. But yeah, she's just, her ability to see the game and yeah, like you said, communicate it is really quite incredible. And yeah, it's the reason the Huskies program is so successful.
Did she tend to bring a lot of stuff back to Saskatchewan from her time with the national team? Like, was there like she's continually coaching all the time, whether it was with you as a Husky or with the national team? Was there stuff, and for that, her learning continually? Like, was there moments you remember where she'd say, "Yeah, I learned this summer with the national team. We're gonna work on some things here and try to implement it for you guys." Did it transfer a lot?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. And I mean, we were always running like almost the same different offenses and baselines that they would run, or
Right.
any skills sessions. We would work on all those things that she uses with the national team. So it is, it was just being so it was so great being coached by the national team coach, because she brings that stuff back and she teaches you, and she implements it into our offense or our program. And so yeah, she definitely did. And it was so cool. She does so much, right? Like, and then she went and coached the German national team, and brought stuff back from there, and because there's different styles of play. And it was really cool, and I feel very lucky to have gotten to experience all that knowledge.
What I wanted to ask you this: what do you think about coaching? Do you think that's something down the road that you might try to do, whether it's like a local team or a club team, and just maybe, I know you're getting your career going right now, but
Yeah. Mhm.
is coaching something you've thought about for yourself to try to maybe stay in the game or just give back to the game?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I coached a little bit in my last couple of years in Saskatoon, and I did really like it. It was
Cool.
really fun, and um, just being able to like share what I've learned and pass that on, but also like just watching girls who like love to play basketball and want to learn basketball. You see yourself in that, and I did really love it, and I think I do want to get back into that for sure. Once I'm a little more settled, because yeah,
Right.
it would be a great way to give back. And I just, especially, you know, I just love like that aspect of, yeah, helping women's sports, women in basketball. So yeah,
I think it's great. I mean, it takes people to kind of come full circle and do that, right? And they
yeah.
recognize the game gave them a lot, so they want to help the next generation. So
Hmm.
I picture you doing it, and I know you'd be a great coach. So maybe that's something we'll see down the road for sure.
Yeah, I hope so.
Okay, Summer, here on Canada Hoop, we love to talk Canada basketball, especially with guests who have played for the program, which you have obviously done. Um, how much did it mean to you to wear the red and white and play for Canada and represent the country?
It meant a lot. And I mean, it was one of my big goals, was to, wear Canada across my chest and, play with the best players in the country and represent Canada. So, and it was very hard work to make that team. Like, it took a lot
Yeah,
of countless hours of practice. And, like Canada basketball camps are huge, and they're a big camp, and you have to be, giving your all when you're there. And so when I made the team after, all that hard work, it was just like, it was a really proud moment for me. And it was just a great experience to get to do that and get to travel. Like, it's really cool when a sport you love takes you different places around the world. So,
yeah, well said. I know, like, this is a question I tend to ask a lot of guests, and you've talked about it a little bit already, which is the commitment and sacrifice from your family. But what have the conversations been like when it came to playing for Canada and having Masikewich on the back of the jersey too? Because there's a lot of pride with that. Both you and Bryn have done that. What have those conversations been like when that has happened for you and your family?
Yeah, I think, that moment when I get to call my parents and tell them I made the team, like, it was such an emotional moment for all of us because they also had sacrificed so much to get me to that point. And so, I mean, I think it was just a moment where we were all like, we did it, or, because
Yeah.
it really was a group effort. And they were just so happy for me and always have been like my biggest supporters and always believed I could do it. They always believed you can wear Canada across your chest and made me believe it. And so, any conversation around that, was definitely one full of pride and just being the most supportive parents ever, really. And so just getting me through it too, because, there are tough times and, they're always there for me to, hype me back up, talk me back up, get me back out there. So yeah, it was really special also to represent my family.
I mean, and the 2017 U19 World Cup, get a bronze, win a medal for the program, for the country, for yourselves. I was looking at that roster. Obviously, at the time, you guys were pretty young, but Libby, your Saskatchewan teammate, was with you on that, right? So very cool. Shayna Pellington, Letitia Amihir, Aislinn Koenig. Aislinn has joined us. Some big time players. And so I guess my point, Summer, is like, pretty tough team to make. And you made that team. You demonstrated, that you were valuable and had a role on that team. So that's really cool. What was it like to get a medal? Just kind of have that moment at the end to have it draped around your neck.
Yeah, it was super incredible. I mean, like, once again, from the get-go, when you make that team, we sit down and talk about our goals and what we want to achieve. And of course, a medal is up there. And getting one at a big tournament like that was huge. Yeah. I mean, I did get to play with a lot of those girls the year before. And so I think it was really, really cool to it was like a full circle moment where we got to like play together again and like we worked really hard at that tournament and there are really good teams there. So it was just really special to win a medal and celebrate it together because, we were dedicated hard work for like 4 months to get to that point, and to get a medal was really special.
Anybody, just from your time with the program, like relationships, connections that might stand out, someone you might still stay in touch with or talk to? Anybody come to mind?
I think for me, like, for sure, anyone I was coached by, like,
right.
I do stay in touch with them, and it's always great to see them. I think, I obviously got to play with Libby, which was super exciting, and then go on to play Saskatchewan with her. So I would say that was probably my closest connection. But anytime I see someone that I've played with, like whether it be Canada basketball or whatever, like whenever you just see them, it's such a nice little like, hey, how you doing? What's going on with you? And I've definitely seen some of those girls since. So it's always just like nice to see them and see what they're up to now. And yeah.
No, I like that. People tend to say that where it's, the time with Canada basketball it's a unique setting, right? It's maybe different from a university team or a pro team. So there's obviously that common goal for the program and the country, and so
Mhm.
it just the relationships everyone says and connections tend to be a little different at times. So
Oh yeah,
uh,
for
I'm
sure.
always curious about that. All right, who is Summer's top 5 or favorite 5 for Canada basketball? And listen, I'll tell you right now, I'll be disappointed if you don't put you and Bryn in it. I'm just saying.
Okay. I was gonna say, can I include Brent?
Well, yeah, it's your 5,
Okay.
but I was thinking about this and when I sent you the question. I was like, she better put herself and her sister in it. But it's your 5. Do what you want. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, I am gonna say Bryn for
Yeah.
sure.
Okay.
Um, and then I thought real hard about it, and I think I'm gonna say the original 3-on-3 women's team, like both Plouffe sisters, Paige
Nice.
Croson, Casey
Nice.
Bosch. Like I'm gonna say those 4 because
Sick.
I think watching them like kind of start 3-on-3 and then take it all the way to the Olympics and watch them at the Olympics
Yeah.
was just like so incredible. Um, and I played with Paige on the Commonwealth Games team. So I kind of like thought that was so cool to see her and what she's done. Played against Casey Bosch in like university. So, and I
Yeah.
always looked up to the Plouffe sisters growing up, right? Because they were Team Alberta and then they played Team Canada. And so
Yeah.
I just love watching them play. I think 3-on-3 is such a cool sport.
Yeah.
I love that it's in the Olympics now, and I just think that they're all such great, amazing basketball players, but really great women who give back and have done a lot for the sport. So I'm going to say those 4 plus Bryn.
Very cool. I love it. And that's I know Paige is originally from Saskatchewan, but I think she
Yeah,
lives in Alberta now.
yeah,
Um, so that's like pretty much an all Alberta 5.
right.
Super cool. I love that. And yeah, well, like Michelle and Catherine have come on, Paige has come on. Now you and Bryn, and we're coming for Casey. Casey has messaged said she would come up, but um, she's a busy woman. So yeah,
Yes.
no, great 5 Summer. I really like that. I think that's really cool. I think the recognition of them by you is nice too. They've done a lot for the program, whether it's 3x3 or like the Plouffe sisters with the Olympics,
Yeah.
with the senior women's national team. Just really iconic in women's basketball in this country, in my opinion. So
I agree.
well said. Okay, I got a fun question.
Oh,
And
okay.
I'm asking this because my daughter is 14 and Taylor Swift is very, very important. I know you're a bit of you're kind of a Swiftie, right?
I am a big Swiftie. This is awesome.
Okay. What is your favorite Taylor Swift song?
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so hard to answer.
Or you can give me like 3, whatever. I mean,
Can I give you an
um,
album? I'll
sure.
say my favorite album from her was Folklore. It actually
Okay.
came out on my birthday.
There
So it
you
was
go.
like I was like, whoa, Taylor Swift got me a birthday present.
Yeah.
Um, I would
Yeah.
say that album is my favorite, and a lot of my favorite songs are from that album. So
Well done. Well
yes.
done. Yeah. I know it was a fun. Like it's actually my daughter's birthday today, so it's kind of like we're
Nice.
just it's Taylor Swift big
All
time in our
day.
house all day, and Tate McRae, I should say.
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah. Oh, very cool. Well, yeah, we listen to folklore a lot. You know,
Good, good.
I don't know if I can name a song on it, but I listen to it because I'm the wheel man. So it just
Yeah, yeah.
um,
You just have to listen to whatever she puts on.
yeah. Summer, any shout outs or thank yous before I get you out of here? And again, this has been
Oh my
a
goodness,
lot of
yeah.
fun. A lot of fun. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, I think I would shout out my family once again, my mom, my dad, my sister, all the coaching staff at U of S, like Lisa Thomaidis, Allie, Jackie, Laura Daly, Claire, who's now at Queens. And I think as well, my mentor and mental toughness coach, Shawnee Hartley. Those are probably the the biggest people in my basketball career. And of course, anyone who ever coached me along the way,
Yeah.
thanks, because all of those people made the biggest impact on me. And so, yeah, I think I would. Those are my shout outs.
No, I like it. I mean, it takes a lot, right? It takes a lot of
It takes a
con-
literal
village,
team around
right?
you. Yeah.
Yeah, it takes a lot, and then people recognize that, which is great, right? And no, so I'm glad you said that. Yeah, thanks so much, Summer. Really appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me on, Matty. It was so fun.
You bet. That's a wrap on another episode of Canada Hoops. I want to thank Summer Masikewich for pulling up. Thank you for listening. Remember to rate and review us wherever you get your podcast. Keep supporting Canada basketball and our Canadian Hoopers, and we will see you on the next episode.